Good evening and welcome to another scene in the living world of darkness. And a scene with, well, a bit of crossover once again. We are going to start our scene with Rebecca making her way to another appointment with her friend, shall we say? Well, I suppose that's up to debate. How much can you really trust someone like Natalia, given what that Rebecca knows quite a few things about her by now? But yeah, she's heading for a new appointment. The person at the desk is, as always, very. Rebecca knows that the person is named Helena, and yeah, she is, as always, very warm and, well, very welcoming. She'll greet her as she enters.
Hello, how are you? How have you been?
The woman, Helena, just say, well, she's been fine, and your appointment will start in, she looks like 7 minutes. So, but no rush. It's about relaxing. So you have your membership card, and she lets you through.
Rebecca steps in, gets ready, and kind of just curls up in a chair with a book to wait.
Yeah, not like 5 minutes passes or something, and once again, Natalia, this time dressed in, well, she looks, it's like yoga pants or something like that, and she looks as though she might be like a bit more baggy, a little bit more like relaxed clothing. It's not like she's going to the gym, but it's kind of. And she just comes in and just says, "Hey, good evening. Good to see you
How's
again."
it going? It's good to see you too. You're looking well.
Well, it's she closes the door, makes sure. Well, yeah, I sent you a text, and you know, did you see that really freaky whatever it was at the news reports?
In the magnetic storm.
Yeah, that.
That was exciting, wasn't it? Don't get weather like that very often.
She just looks at you. Exciting, right? Um, I suppose.
Hang on,
Um,
Rebecca has to roll for a thing. I didn't see anything. That was fine. Which dice roller we want to be in?
already. Um,
You started it.
yeah, I did. I did.
It's 16 Krog.
Extra dice roller. We can both see, right?
Mhm.
Extra dice roller one.
Okay. I don't even have my sheet open yet. Hang on. My nip sub. Still the same. 3 successes. Everything's fine. What weird storm? Magnetic storms are just fine.
That's nothing. That's good. It's actually good for the environment.
Exactly.
Don't you know?
Don't you
Uh,
know?
but yeah, like Natalia's just like she just kind of just chews on it for a couple of seconds and just says, "Yeah, that was weird. I mean, I've noticed some small changes after it. I don't know if it's related, but it was a little bit too freaky for me, with all our." She looks at you. certain things. I was wondering if maybe you had, I don't know,
That
seen,
kind
heard.
of weird.
Yeah, I got that. I got that vibe. But hey,
Oh, oh, no, I've been keeping to myself recently. I have a book that's in the final stages of editing. No one's mentioned it to me.
oh, what book?
Oh, it's it's nonfiction. It's a textbook, I guess, about the modern practice of religion and how technology has influenced it.
Hmm. I mean, if you want someone to proofread it, or you know, if you want to
Really?
show me, I'm, I could have a look.
I would love that. It's a fairly it's pretty dense.
I
But if
mean,
you're willing, I would be honored.
hey, yeah, yeah. I mean, I, I wouldn't mind. I mean, that's fine.
It's a very sweet offer. Thank you. But anyway, I haven't, been talking to anyone weird recently.
Oh, about,
Not since then, anyway.
well, that's good. Um, I mean, I haven't had any probing questions from anyone, so that's good. I mean, no one's found out, which is kind of surprising, but well, I mean, hey, it's good. It's good. Um,
No one's found out
you
about.
can never be certain, but you know, I tend to be very, very careful.
She nods.
The first time you began, well, that night in your apartment. I mean, I'm still kind of surprised, honestly, but come on, lay down on the, lay down on the thing. Let's go.
Of course, sorry.
No, no, no.
She does.
I mean, I have to, I have a certain, business to run, and I can't have, rumors of me scamming the clients going around.
Of course. I am known as a rumor monger as well.
Yeah, see, very
So
important to me to.
what's been happening? She says as she lays down and stretches out.
Well, I've just, noticed some, changes. Well, not me, but there was like people said that the building was shaking that night. Well, that time when it happened, and I mean, I did feel something, and kind of of course the electricity was all screwed up, and uh, but I don't know. I felt mm, weird, strange, changed some. I don't know. It's
Change.
hard to say.
Oof. That seems. Did it hurt?
No, no, not really. No, I don't think so. I mean, it's just I don't know. No, she is beginning to loosen up some muscles groups, and it's just. Can I ask you like a professional thing? I mean, can you feel me being better or worse at this?
Has her dexterity improved?
No, no. It feels quite good. Again,
Mm-hmm.
she's obviously done this for some time, or at least practiced, or is just naturally good at it. One of them,
Mm-hmm.
but no, it's not like she's become very much better or worse. It's pretty much the same.
Rebecca just kind of purrs to herself and is like, it's hard to improve on perfect.
Ah, see, you are a good customer.
There are some things that are very worth being a good customer in.
Yeah,
I can't think.
yeah. And, good customers get good perks. Like,
Mm.
and she pauses and she says, getting information about their weirder friends. I'm
I
really sorry to have to drag you into this, but kind of, you know, kind of made me. So,
I don't think
it's
you
still a
should be
fucking
sorry.
bad idea. Sorry, sorry. What did you say?
I don't think you should be sorry.
Well, yeah, right, right.
I'm sure once there's a reason for either of us to be sorry, we will have ample opportunity to be very, very sorry. So for now, we probably just ought to enjoy not being sorry yet.
Right, right.
Has anybody else mentioned feeling strange?
Well, some of my friends, you can hear in the tone of her voice, she's probably referring to people who are like her.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca kind of glances back, twists her head a little bit, and glances back to meet Natalia's eye and just mouths vampires.
Shh, yeah, yeah,
She nods and puts her head back down.
yeah. If that's why, like, they noticed some things too. I don't know exactly what to put in it, but no,
Does it seem to be hurting them?
no, it's not really hurting. Well, I mean, it's supposed to. I mean, there must have been some disruption with the whole, like, the water and stuff, but in the city, no, I haven't heard of anyone feeling really hurt. More like just disturbances or kind of that kind of things. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'll certainly keep an eye out. Sometimes things that, well, I really don't know enough, but seems the way that certain people have described it. Things that affect your kind may be anathema to others. Even if it's not hurting you, I wonder if I should be worried for others.
What do, like normal people or what?
No, no, like the fairies.
The she looks at you. Uh, sorry.
You know, little people.
She looks at you. Still, she goes. The gay community? Out of character. Natalia does not know about the changelings.
It's totally fair. Rebecca just starts laughing. And for a minute, Natalia has to stop because it's really hard to massage somebody who's giggling. She's like, no, 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 the, like people with the good folk, You know the stories.
Oh, Jesus Christ. More people? Uh, so there are, like, so are those kinds of things too. It's just perfect. I didn't even know about that. She's just face palming. She's just holding a hand over her eyes.
I'm sorry.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to keep a fucking book soon. Just like keep track of fucking everything. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. And I just made an ass out of myself, so yeah.
No, no, you didn't. You didn't. Not at all. But
Oh
I,
well.
I just mean, well, it all sounds very interesting. If it starts to hurt, tell me. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but I guess I'll just worry with you.
Well, the thing that honestly, the thing that hurts. And she pauses for a moment and she just looks away. It's the hunger. And that's what really hurts, honestly.
Becca kind of swallows. Did it affect? Did this storm affect that?
No, it's always there. Always been there and will always be there if you. But no, it did not affect it. I don't know. It's just I feel some people commented to me that there were certain things that were just a bit different. And I've
Hmm.
noticed like at least one guy I know, a person I know, that well, some changes that I have not heard of before. So yeah.
I hope you're okay. I wish
Oh
it
no no no, no.
had
I
come.
am. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're sure?
Um, what can I do or say to make sure that you understand?
Mostly sure is good enough.
All right. She looks at you. She's been busy for a while now,
Hmm.
and she'll just say, "Hey, um, do you mind like are you up for going to the sauna? I could really use to just relax myself."
I would love that. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, give me a moment, and Natalia will just go and get changed herself.
Becca picks herself up and puts herself back in the bathrobe, kind of stretches,
Hmm.
and then goes wandering to the sauna.
Yeah. Natalia meets you there. She's wearing a bathrobe herself. Um, again, this is probably like the first time you've seen her like not in her biker clothing or like work clothing.
Hmm.
It is quite clear, not only her face, but her form essentially is quite. Uh, well, maybe Natalia's been lucky, or someone upstairs likes her, or whatever. But yeah, she does look quite good. She like her legs are very clean and very well done compared to well, again, if you believe in that sort of thing. But yeah, she comes in and she just sits down and she just kind of just almost lies down immediately and just lies there and there's a bit of a smile on her face.
And she's Christmas 6 now, right? So there's a
Yeah,
twinkle in her eye that's kind of hard to look away from.
kind of.
Hmm. Okay.
Some would say unnaturally.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
Rebecca, without really knowing she's doing it, just kind of. I mean, Natalia's always good looking, but right now it's hard to take her eyes off of her. She kind of just, she settles into the sauna, and kind of a thoughtful look on her face.
hmm. Like Natalia just takes a couple of moments. You'll see that she just you're the two. You're the only ones in here at the moment. You can see there's a lot of Natalia touching essentially the fume things of metal that are probably very warm. Not like burning warm, but you'll notice that she puts like she feels a lot of stuff in here, and seems to enjoy it. And she,
Rebecca takes note.
it's like after a moment or two, um, this looks like something she probably does regularly. After a moment or two, she just kind of just opens her eyes and looks over, and just scoots over closer to you and just says, sorry about that. It's just, never mind."
Sorry, don't be sorry.
Well, do own the place, I suppose. So, yeah. No, it's just, it's a bit weird. Heat is kind of, it works different. It's, it feels really nice. But yeah, never mind.
Like a lizard, she's gonna reach out, and if Natalia doesn't stop her, she's gonna try and put just like the back of her hands, her knuckles, just gently against Natalia's face.
Yeah, she is quite cold. Um, but in here, it's probably less because you
Mm-hmm.
are in a heated room.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually not that bad. It's probably like just someone who's maybe a bit cold, just been outside. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that bad actually. Yeah,
She
yeah,
kind of did it without really thinking about it, and
yeah.
once her fingers hit like the cold skin, she just kind of blinks.
Yeah, it should be a lot warmer, but I mean, hey, in here it's worse. It's good. I like this place.
Well, that's a good sign. At least you know your soul hasn't rotted any. If you can still enjoy a sauna.
Well, I suppose that's true.
She grins and just kind of leans back.
I mean, part of me is so happy that you're here and we can talk and we can joke about these things.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I probably probably shouldn't joke, but
Oh no, no, you don't know how good it is.
well, good.
I spent a little over 2 years having to watch every word I said and had to do one horrifying, well, just mostly just annoying and really fucking boring and bullshit thing after the other. Now I'm finally free, and now I have to watch even more than before. But
Isn't that the way freedom seems to work?
oh, it is.
Don't get me wrong, I would not trade it. But
No,
it's always interesting, complicated.
you said you saw something before. Is there something that makes you different from other people? I've been curious. Like, you seem to be okay with to hang around with me, and you know about, well, things that I don't know anything about. And know all of these things, and I saw the books in your apartment. I'm guessing that all of them are fantasy. Like,
Rebecca licks her lips and says, "Have you been talking to Max?"
What do you mean?
Max asked me something like that once, too. He said he thought I was special.
You,
He's a flatterer.
well, you kind of are, but hey, I won't spread it around.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Both the compliment and you not spreading it around. I
Yeah,
certainly know more than most people. I mean, that sounded awful. That sounded awfully pompous. I just mean
I mean, considering, I think I can agree with you, honestly. And it not being pompous actually being fairly creepy or scary, but hey, it's just me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be creepy or scary.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, rest assured, you didn't sound pompous. That's like, in this specific context, you didn't.
Good. I don't feel particularly pompous about it, mostly terrified.
But like, other than knowing stuff, like, is there anything else? Like, I'm, I'm just curious. Like, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
Rebecca is, man, she gonna just straight up lie or is she just gonna keep avoiding it?
Or she is going to tell the truth. No, I'm kidding.
Have you met Rebecca? Rebecca doesn't tell the truth.
And you're speaking to a kindred, so.
Yeah. Yeah. There's pretty much no part of, oh yeah, I'm a hunter, we kill people. That's a good idea. She's gonna say, I don't really think I'm special. I just I've seen a lot, she says, and she's gonna roll that manips up. Even though she's not lying, that was actually pretty pretty honest.
Oh, I'm gonna roll my 5 dice
Oh,
because,
do it, you might get it, because that wasn't a very good roll.
yeah, I
Oh
got 3 successes.
man. Okay, with 3 successes, she says she's seen a lot, and you feel like that's maybe just not the end of it. Like, you don't get the sense that she's lying to you, but
That's a very skillful way of not saying too much.
yeah.
Hmm.
But it's complicated too, right? Like, I think you have enough successes to
Yeah,
feel
but
like her feelings about it are complicated, because Rebecca really doesn't know what she is, and her powers are
vague.
so incredibly subtle that
Yeah, yeah.
she,
And the thing is,
even to
Natalia is
her.
just, she's not gonna wait on it or anything. She's just gonna
Hmm.
say, it's complicated. Well, I mean, probably some would say it's not complicated for them, but it is for me, so I can only imagine what it is for you. It's fine. I don't need to pry. It's just, I'm just, still amazed that I could speak with someone who is not like me. That's,
You
and
ever
believe it or
wondered?
not, like, people who are like me, like, there's maybe one person that I'm beginning to. There's a bit of fear there, but I'm still kind of like okay with the person.
What do you mean?
Um, you'll notice that Natalia just kind of just awkwardly just looks to the side. No, it's fine. It's just a person I have a little bit more confidence with.
That sounds so lonely. I'm sorry.
Well, it's actually the yeah. It's lonely. Uh,
I don't
totally.
mean her. Him? That
Look,
person?
it's not important. You can tell that she's trying to avoid this subject very much. Hey, if
Rebecca
you want
Rebecca
to,
actually laughed. She just kind of starts to chuckle and kind of course. Of course.
do you want to get out of here?
Sure. Yes.
Um, yeah. Natalia will probably go with you into the bath,
Okay.
and yeah, she will change. Well, actually, she'll take a shower probably. She does do that from occasion or from time to time.
I'm gonna say that Rebecca doesn't I think it's probably very subconscious, but she just can't take her eyes off of Natalia. And she's not like predatory about it or creepy about it. She doesn't necessarily want anything from Natalia, but she's Charisma 6 right now, and Rebecca just can't stop watching her. Everything she does is fascinating for some reason, and it's probably noticeable.
Um, maybe to your surprise, as you're just watching her, it's nothing to it. But a girl like Natalia, you would expect her to have at least one, if not a lot, of tattoos.
Hmm.
She does not have a single one, it seems,
Hmm, interesting.
which is odd because she does have piercings. She does have a lot of them, and you know, just you would expect it.
Hmm. I should probably say Rebecca does not have any tattoos either, but Natalia has seen basically all of Rebecca now.
Yeah,
Um,
but
and
it.
she is in incredibly good shape for for a scholar, for someone who's likes to eat as much as she does.
Hmm.
She's got Dex 3 and Stamina 3, and like it's just that's more than most people. It's not extraordinary yet, but it's a little bit surprising, especially because you know what her lifestyle is like.
Hmm.
She reads.
Yeah, like Natalia is probably busy just getting the shit done.
Mhm.
Uh, to focus on that right now.
Yep,
But
absolutely.
soon after, Natalia will she'll just say that she'll meet you downstairs.
Mhm.
She says something about she needs to talk to an employee or one of the other people who work here.
Mhm.
And yeah, unless there is something, the two of them will meet downstairs.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and again, she says goodbye. You'll see that she's over and hugging Helena, the
Mhm.
woman. She seems to talk a little bit more. She seems to be a little more
Mhm.
intense, or she does seem to get a bit more to be a little bit more absorbed in what's going on with this person behind the counter. But the other woman, her friend, coworker, she seems to be quite relaxed and just says you actually hear the phrase, "Oh, don't worry, Nat, it's fine," something like that, and she just nods. And yeah, she will follow you out, and she will just say, "So, how did you get here? Like subway, or
Mhm. I have to
yeah,
walk.
yeah, I took a cab. I mean, I left my bike. We can, I mean, if it's okay with you, I don't mind, having a look at that having a look at that book if you're up for it.
Absolutely. Yes, I would love that.
All right.
It's not pretty yet, but
No, no, that's fine. Um, the two will take a short subway ride.
mhm.
Um, Natalia will ask you if you have things for drinks at home.
She will say not alcohol, but tea, juice, lemonade.
Oh yeah, and she just nods and thinks a little and just all right, no alcohol. All right, never mind. I just thought of. I was thinking of making Bloody Mary or something, yeah, just to fuck with you, but nah, never mind.
when you when you say Bloody Mary, there's just Natalia gets just enough of a moment of just like horror from Rebecca to satiate that desire to fuck with her. Like for just a moment, she's like, "Ooh," but she mostly
Come on.
keeps.
I have to like if I don't do it now, like that. I mean, that would almost be criminally waste of the potential.
At least once in your life, you have to make that joke. That's fair.
Okay, and I'm done. I'm very satisfied. Thank you very much. And she just smiles, and the two of them will enter. Well, there will be the cat protocol, I think.
Yeah, Rebecca scoots ahead and puts puts Milton away. The rest of the cats just kind of disappear subtly, like cats do.
Hmm.
And then she goes about setting on tea or
Hmm.
juice for Natalia.
Yeah, and Natalia just is it what form is it on a digital form? Your book?
She probably has printouts at this point. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna say she definitely has printouts. It's Rebecca. She probably has been working on it digitally, but when it comes time to edit, like there's
Yeah. Okay.
a
Yeah.
stack of.
It's page formatting and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Natalia will just. So can I have a look?
Please do.
Hmm. She sits down and yeah, she begins to look. Uh, and yeah, she just begins to look and just. I mean, you're probably preparing the tea or something. Um,
Yeah. She's actually going to
either.
add spices to like apple juice to
Hmm,
make cider so the house starts to smell
hmm.
delicious.
Delicious. Um, you're probably keeping an eye on her.
A
Let's
little
be
bit. Well, yeah, no, she's charisma 6 right now. Absolutely. Rebecca's just kind of watching her out of the corner of her eye. I'm sending you the cover of the book.
you'll notice something that may not come as a surprise, may come as a surprise. I don't know. Um, Natalia seems to be reading quite fast. Either that, or she's not interested in skimming over it, just not really reading it,
Uh-huh.
or she is quite fairly good reader. You're not sure which, but you can see the way the pace in which she's reading. It's quite fast.
Do you want a pen?
No, not right now. Do we have digital copy of it?
Of course, hang on. She leaves the cider to steep and goes trotting upstairs to fetch her laptop down. Her laptop is fucking top of the line. It is top of the line. Um, there's not a ton of technology in Rebecca's house in general.
You will get a
Her TV
whistle
is unimpressive, but her
as soon as Natalia sees that thing. She will just whistle as though she is a New York construction worker and has just seen a very attractive woman.
the other thing about it is that there is a cockroach on the back of it, um, like a symbol of a cockroach on the
Hmm.
back as she opens it up. Just things to note about Rebecca's laptop
Okay.
for reasons. And she grins when you whistle and sets it down. It's already open to a digital copy of the book.
I mean, it's not like there should probably be like a more spacing here, and you'll see that she begins to just have like 3, 4, 5 suggestions for the first chapter.
Mm-hmm. So she actually was reading. Rebecca can tell she actually was reading and paying
Yeah,
attention.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. Just for reference, it's because Natalia does have boom, 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 a natural intelligence score of 4 and a perception of 3. So
Okay.
she's actually fairly good at just, reading and analytics.
Mm-hmm.
Also because of some other things, but yeah. Um, and once she begins to, you notice it almost immediately. As soon as she begins to type away at the computer, this is something she does a lot because this seems as natural, if not more so, than when she's at work.
Interesting. Okay.
She's typing extremely fast, and yeah, um, what exactly she's been doing or does, you don't know, but this does not seem foreign to her.
Rebecca fetches the spice cider and brings it over. She's not 100% sure Natalia actually wants to drink it, probably just smell it. So she sets it down next to her and curls up in a chair to watch, kind of smiling to herself, and she just can't take her eyes off Natalia.
Yeah, you notice that she gets a little bit less aware, shall we say, of everything around her. She'll just say, "So I made a backup copy with my suggestions of edits. You know,
Perfect.
most of this work is actually pretty good. I mean, well, granted, I've only read the first chapter, but I mean, well, honestly, it's not really the kind of subject I would go like start with if I had to write a book. But you know, it's no, religion's not really my thing. But you know, from an from what I can see, I mean, it seems somewhat well sourced. Like, have this been like a work in progress for long or what?
Yeah, I started working on it. Well, I can be honest with you. When I first found out, that there were things like people like you,
Hmm.
things like that things were weird. I started worrying about some of my friends were some of the people that I met that were unusual. Had people trying to find them. I started worrying that they'd come to my house and be found, be hurt. That I started worrying about things like cameras, tracking, all of the weird little technological things that I've never really cared about before. And almost the last 2 years I've studied very little else. And while I was studying, well, I'm very bad at studying in a linear fashion, and my other interests kicked in, and it started to put itself together. Out of character, she has academics 4, religion, politics 4, and technology 4.
Oh,
So the book
okay.
is kind of like it's a meeting of those three kind of absurdly high
Yeah,
absurdly high things.
yeah, and well, she did say it before. Like, she also seems maybe not impressed.
Hmm.
I don't know if she's not impressed or if it's the fact that she's behind the computer and just seems to be,
Absorbed.
yeah, kind of like she
Hmm.
seems really fucking focused at this point.
Sure.
Um, it's kind of like when like some people like myself sometimes play computer games, for instance. It's
For
just like
instance.
gone, and you're just
Hmm.
like, it's a yeah, you want to do drugs? Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Let's do it. Like
Absolutely. Yeah.
pretty much. That's kind of what you got here.
Rebecca knows that look and she loves it. She's like she loves it. She loves people like that who just get completely absorbed in what they're doing. So it's bad enough that Natalia's charisma's 6, but at the same time she also is just that kind of absorption just tickles Rebecca all over. She's grinning to herself as she watches.
Like it will be a good 15, 20 minutes before the maybe it's the scent of the tea next to her or something just makes Natalia look up. She just looks over at you and she's like, right, this is extremely impolite and bad manners.
Quite the contrary. I consider it pretty much the highest compliment you could pay me.
Well, I invited myself over here and made jokes at your expense. I should at least. She picks up her cup and just smells it. And she smells it quite a bit with it.
How is it?
Good. It smells really, really good.
I've been thinking about ways to help.
Oh, with it. Don't. It's fine.
I wish it was better than fine.
Wish for a lot of things, but hey, always possible. Sadly.
You have an extraordinary strength of character.
Yeah. I keep trying to tell myself that. And I hope it holds.
Me too. And if there are ways to make things easier for someone like you who has an extraordinary strength of character, maybe those things could help others as well.
Well, that's as if they're willing to try and fight back. I will admit that quite a few of my people, kind, my type of people, who aren't really concerned with it or not. Maybe it is just a lack of will. Maybe it's them actively not. It's hard, and not everyone's up for the challenge.
It's a terrifying thought.
Yeah, which is why the last 2+ years have been, as most of the reason, they've been hard. You're running around with people who might not even know how far gone they are. And then I also, at the same time, have to deal with purely human bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining. It's just I was look. We talk about this like nothing gets out, right?
She nods.
Yeah. There is this guy, and um, I'm kind of dating him, and it's really bugging me because he thinks he's so fucking hot, and I do kind of. I don't want to make him know that I like him that much, because then he won't stop ever.
Mm.
And I mean, it shouldn't really happen. He's like me, so it shouldn't really be a thing, but it is, and I really, really shouldn't be involved in anything like this. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the sex is great actually, but doesn't really do that much for us. Well, I don't. I actually enjoy it, but why am I talking about? Never mind. It's constantly this fucking like there's like it's almost like we thrive on drama, and it's kind of ridiculous. We're acting like fucking like high schoolers.
Mm.
I don't know. It's
That is interesting. I guess there's probably not a lot of people you can ask about precedents either.
I don't know.
Not a lot of people you can talk to about how your kind of people should deal with that sort of thing.
Nope.
It's so hard. All the secrecy, it's just, I don't
Well,
know.
honestly, it helps with this person this person. Yes, it helps.
The secrecy helps?
Well, no, it's less with this guy because we've kind of we work together, and it matters less. The secrecy. We're kind of good at being. Quite a lot of the problems I think there would immediately be are actually less problems, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but there's still a lot of shit I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine. Relationships are difficult in the easiest of circumstances, and this does not sound like the easiest of circumstances.
No, it isn't. You had chosen not to have any involvements, right? After your husband.
Yeah. Well, ooh, that's an interesting question. I dated a couple times. It just,
I mean, you said before that must be lonely. I mean, that also sounds really lonely, honestly.
I have a lot of cats. And they don't mind if I wake up in the middle of the night with nightmares.
I get it, but I I hope you understand that I don't think my asking you that sounds lonely and you saying, "Well, I'm a crazy cat lady," is I don't mean to be demeaning anything, but it's just like I get it, man. I mean, you're not alone. How many people out there are just like have pets instead of you know husband, wife, or something? More than we think.
Pets and a career and friends. I keep busy. I wouldn't say that I'm alone.
Well, you can always keep me company. That's gotta count for something.
Thank you. I appreciate it. A lot. It means, well, the reason that I'm not alone is because of my friends.
You would actually consider me your friend?
Natalia, absolutely. Yes. You
You're
have been.
still full of surprises, I got to say.
Why do you think? I mean, all right. You are an extremely talented masseuse. That is absolutely a reason all in itself to spend time with you. But besides that, outside of your extremely talented profession, of course I consider you a friend.
I might have to have you say it multiple times still, and I'm still going to thank you for it.
If you feel the need, I won't stop you. But know that it means a lot to me to know that you live the way you live. That you believe the things that you believe in. I find that extremely inspiring. And I need inspiration. These are dark nights. The world's full of awful things. And I cherish the good things that I find.
That's good. Yeah, it's good to have something.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I have to have something to look forward to. That's straight. I'd say I've had much, but well, I have a bit more now.
That's what humanity's about, I guess. Enjoying those moments when you have a bit more now.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful way to look at it. Good for you.
thanks. It's I don't know. It's there's a lot of politics in it, like not politics, philosophy, like how life is lived and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Most of it is, for me, is anyway, is coming to terms with yourself. And again, that sounds like something like some kind of self-help course or something like master yourself, some crap. But I suppose there's some truth in it.
If there wasn't, it wouldn't be so popular.
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose that's right. That's a good point.
As someone who studies something that most people would really rather not think about, I have a little more respect for self help than Some people might.
Hmm.
It's an educated respect, I like to think. I like to think that I'm allowed a certain amount of skepticism as well, but you know, people who are trying, it's beautiful. Are you all right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just like the two of us hanging out. It's just there's a lot of things to, well, a lot of things to consider.
That's fair. I'm guessing I don't know some of them.
Yeah,
I'm guessing in a lot of ways, this is a lot simpler for me than it is for you.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. There's nothing to be sorry about.
It's definitely not my fault. If I could fix it, I would.
Well, I don't. It's fine. It's just my circles are just extremely fucking brutal. I mean, it's not like my kind is just going around hurting others. The people that hurt the most are each other,
Oh,
actually. Well, I suppose most of them anyway. You know, it's one big like political dick measuring contest, like who gets to be in charge constantly.
but not just stick measuring. With
No,
actual consequences, you mean?
yeah, rules, bullshit. I came here to be rid of it. Well, some of it, it's better here than where I came from, but still, still pretty fucking terrible.
I'm sorry.
Hmm. Thanks.
That makes me even more proud of you. And a little in awe. And a little worried.
You're a flatterer. If I did not know any better, I would say you were trying to get into my pants or something. But well, I know better.
It's interesting to know. Compliments make you take your pants off.
Oh well, going by statistics, since it's like 4 or 5 guys pretty much a night who tries that, I'm just going by statistics. Then that's what you're doing. But hey, I'm at your own.
Ah, I see. It's been a while since I. It's been
Yeah.
a very long time since I tried to convince someone to take their pants off.
Well,
I'm rusty, you know.
it's I sometimes, as in most times, have to frequent certain places where that sort of thing is expected. So I can't say that I don't necessarily seek it out, but it still gets fucking annoying.
Oh,
And besides, I had some fairly horrendous experiences early in life, so sometimes I just kind of react to it.
of
You can
course.
take a perception empathy on Natalia.
Okay. Is she lying? It's a lower diff if she's lying.
Yeah, you if it's a lower diff,
It's
then
diff 4 if she's lying.
she's not lying,
Okay.
but it is a lower diff because she's not hiding it.
Okay.
And she's feeling somewhat confident. Um, you can tell that it's not necessarily something horrifying or like mentally scarring, but it's more something that she's embarrassed of. Like that's the sense you get from that.
Interesting. Okay.
Uh, it's that's more the sense like there's a bit of dragging her feet, or so say like the way she just the words she used and the way she says it and a bit hesitant. It's not like something. It's quite clear that it's not like a traumatic event, but it's something that she's deeply embarrassed about.
Rebecca would just kind of note that and leave it alone. She doesn't pry into that. Not right now. It's kind of a funny thought to think that even some of those stories are true about the dangers of those sort of places. Nightclubs are when I was in school, when I was in college, I spent a lot of time in nightclubs. Thinking back about all of that, trying to imagine all the things going on, I just had no idea.
I don't want to freak you, but think of it like this: how can you be certain that something didn't happen?
What do you mean?
Natalia seems tense. Again, I don't want to freak you, but 9 out of 10 times, or maybe more like 96 out of 100 times, people don't remember. It just passes by completely unknown that it ever happened. You might have been you might have been fed on.
And I wouldn't even know?
Perhaps not, no. I know it's fucking horrifying, but when you think about it, but
I
I can't demonstrate what it's like for you, but I'm not going to do that unless you want me to.
no, I no, no.
It's not painful. As I said, it's the opposite.
I um no, I don't think that's probably a very good idea.
Nope. It isn't.
Well, I do try to be cautious about what's a good idea, which she should probably roll for because she's lying. Rebecca's the worst about good ideas. 5 successes. Totally a stick in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I will avoid that particular temptation, though I do appreciate the offer. I appreciate it. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine not knowing. Excuse me. I don't. I can't decide if I'm horrified if I didn't know. If I don't remember. Is it so bad?
No, it's not bad. No, I suppose ignorance is bliss and all, but
Ignorance is bliss. I've never liked ignorance.
me neither. But wouldn't you say that you'd your chances of living a happier life without knowing any of this shit would be a lot higher?
To be very frank, I've lived that life. And watched it die screaming.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No need to be sorry. Not like you've had it any better. You haven't had it any better.
No, I haven't.
So, what are the dangers then? If it's so easy, if people don't remember, just.
Remember the hunger I talked about?
Yeah.
When you drink, again, sounding fucking like I'm opening a can of soda.
Uh-huh.
I know it's fucked up, but
Sorry.
it feels good and it tastes even better than you can imagine. But if you don't take care every time you do it, just let yourself loose just a little bit, you drink too much. And if you drink too much, well, I don't think I have to tell you what happens.
No, I can imagine.
So that's the danger. Or you get interrupted. If you're not careful with who you do it and how fast you do it, you get interrupted and then you have to, well, explain the unexplainable. Unless you're good at hiding it.
That is actually 5 successes. Rebecca is busy with her tea. It's fine. She's never killed anybody because they were feeding on somebody before.
Lol. Obviously. Obviously, oh, okay.
You want to roll for it?
No, I can't. I have 5 dice. I have five successes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, well, you're defenders. I can't. I can actually contest that.
Okay.
So you have actually been on the other side of that. But that's the danger against like the person doing it. But essentially, every time there's a danger, unless you're careful.
So if I opened a blood bank, then you'd be fine. You could just, you know, right? Because then you can just have a set
Well,
amount.
in theory, I suppose you could. If it's stored properly, and well, you would have questions. That's the well. In that sense, it's not really a problem. Then the problem becomes like, where is this going? It's not going to any hospitals. You're just selling it to random people.
I
That
understand,
becomes suspicious really fast, and that's a problem.
of course.
But I mean, in theory, I mean, I people could probably subsist off that. Yeah,
Hmm. So someday, if someone wanted to help,
yeah. I mean, that
hmm.
was a lot of problems, honestly. I mean, in theory, sure.
Rebecca looks charged. She looks very thoughtful, very much like as soon as Natalia leaves, she's going to start researching blood banks. There's kind of a Rebecca has her own intensity and kind of struck that particular itch in her.
Is that something she's hiding, or will Natalia be able to see that?
She doesn't really know that she does it, so she's not hiding it because she doesn't know she's doing it. It's completely subconscious.
Ah, okay.
So Natalia can totally see
Hmm.
that's happening.
That wow, something's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see the TV show Scrubs?
Mm-mm. I'm afraid I don't
Well,
watch much TV.
have you ever seen one of those shows when character inside their own mind are thinking something good, and then there's a thunderstorm because they know something's off?
I think I can imagine what you're talking about, yes?
Don't go poking around, blood banks too much, please. I'm not saying you're not being watched, but looking into that much will raise some flags. I'm just saying.
I understand.
Hey,
You're right.
um, I mean, if that would actually work, or if that would actually happen, I mean, from you personally, well, you've pretty much seen my setup, and I mean, I do what I do, and I think I do. I mean, thus far, I've done a fairly good job of, well, not endangering anyone, but yeah, I think it could help a lot of people, but it has to be a gradual thing, I think.
People who can't help themselves.
Yeah, the problem is people who can't in themselves or do not care, would they take you up on your offer? I don't think so.
Mm. Rebecca's gonna roll that too, because she's definitely not thinking of an offer people can't refuse. That's a bad time to get 0 successes. She frowns and nods. You can roll it if you want. It's gonna be really bad if you get a bunch of successes. I really hope you fail this roll. Yes!
I do.
You do! That's funny. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. You have no idea that Rebecca is a monster.
Oh, Natalia would just, at this point, probably get up, and she would say, before it ends like last time where I had to tuck you into bed, and leave you a note when I left, I'm just going to say goodbye now, and yeah, I have some things to see to, but thanks, as always, and
Thank you for your suggestions on the book and your very kind words. And
yeah,
thank you for
you
talking.
can, and she'll write down a mail. You can send the file to me if you want me to look at the rest of it.
I will. I would really appreciate that. You're
No
very
problem.
good with computers.
Uh,
It seems like.
well, yeah, I dabble, I dabble.
She just nods. And we'll get up and show Natalia out.
Natalia will give her a hug once they leave.
Absolutely. She hugs her back at the door. She's warm and a good hugger.
Yeah, Natalia's cold, but hey, what else to do?
It's okay. She's charisma 6, so.
Yeah. She just again thanks her for the company, and we'll begin to leave.
Rebecca just
And
kind of leans in the door frame and watches her go, a little bit puzzled because, man, there's just something about that girl.
yeah, and as Natalia heads down, she finds or goes for the subway and finds a way on into the night. Thank you very much, players, for playing and watchers for watching. Good night.